With such an influx in prisoners in the United States, private prison companies are picking up the slack, and the more inmates they house, the more money they make. 10% of US prisons are privately operated and hold about 130,000 people, or 8% of American inmates. That's almost double the prisoners from 10 years ago. Unlike their public counterparts, private prisons are accountable to shareholders, investors, and hedge funds, not just the taxpayers. The two biggest prison companies, the GEO Group and the Corrections Corporation of America, CCA, accrue more than $3 billion a year between them. CCA, the largest, imprisons about 80,000 inmates in 67 facilities, while the GEO Group operates 95 prisons internationally. Furthermore, these companies are not classified as correctional facilitators. They consider themselves real estate investment trusts to limit corporate tax liability. CCA and the GEO Group make about 40% of their revenue from the federal government and are exempt from paying federal taxes. The CCA's annual shareholder reports over the past few years show an aggressive business plan based on building prison beds and contracting them to government authorities, sometimes with decades-long contracts mandating minimum occupancy rates as high as 90%. Profits, after lining the pockets of shareholders, are used to create more beds and to lobby state and federal agencies to deliver more prisoners to fill them. CCA alone is currently building 10,000 new beds to meet expected demand. The prison industry also makes money contracting cheap prison labor to private companies, including Starbucks, Boeing, Victoria's Secret, McDonald's, and the US military. Prison laborers earn between 93 cents and $4 a day and don't require benefits, making them very inexpensive workers. One company that contracts out prison labor is Federal Prison Industries. The company made more than $900 million in revenue last year. One of the main reasons for the surge in private prisons is the alleged monetary savings. However, Policy Matters Ohio demonstrated that selling a prison to a private company could cost a state between $8 and $15 million more than traditional corrections. Now, US private prison firms are targeting Canada for fresh opportunities as more states look to scale back their reliance on them. The GEO Group and Management and Training Corporation have been lobbying various government departments in Ottawa. Correctional Services Canada, which oversees federal prisons, says they may consider partnerships with private firms to provide basic institutional services such as cleaning and food preparation. Because the main goal of private prisons is to increase revenue like any other business, the resulting facilities are often violent, filthy, and understaffed. For example, in a GEO Group prison in Mississippi, a culture of corruption and violence, including staff setting up fights between inmates and betting on the outcome, was exposed. In Canada, the violence is exacerbated by the lack of jobs, programs, and education for inmates.